In this section, we are going to take a look at profile lines, the line to an element, the line between elements, and the line from an element. Okay. These tools are going to be located under the Open Roads Modeling, underneath Geometry, and underneath Vertical. It's in the Lines pull down. We've already looked at the profile line between points. We're going to load profile line to element, tangent profile, and then also a profile line to an element. Profile line between elements and profile line from an element. We can do a tangent or we can do from an element. Okay. To begin this, we're going to go into our 2D window and we're going to open up in view 8. We're going to open this line up, the profile. So we'll get the heads up and we're going to go into view number 8 and left click. Inside of here we have geometry already drawn. Most of these tools require that there be some geometry in the profile window to select. We're going to go up to the lines pull down. We're going to go to the profile line to element, and we're going to take a look at the tangent profile line to element tool. If we come out on the screen, let's take a look at the dialog here. We've got the trim and extend option. We've got the slope that we can key in, and we can give it a name. It says locate an element. We're going to go out and pick that element up there, and then it says where do you want to end this. You could key a slope in if you want, or we can just left click out on the screen to place that line. Now it says what option do you want. Right now there's really only option 2, so we'll left click to accept that, and then we can trim it back if we want to, and that'll clip that line. So now we have a line that's tangent to that red line. The profile line to element, we're going to do a profile line to element. On this one it's the same deal. We need to have an element to select out there, so we'll go ahead and select it. As you can see that now it's asking for an offset. Do we want to offset that? We've got it locked in at 0 right now. We don't have any trim going on, so we'll just keep that at none. We could fill in a slope or a delta slope, which is a slope off of that line. You can key in that information, or you can do a length and give it a name. So we're going to come out on the screen and we're just going to accept no vertical offset. And then it says where do you want that end point? Where are you going to go with that line? Okay, so we'll left click the start of that, and then it says do you want 2 or do you want 1? Which solution do you want it to try to do? So we picked 1 with a left click, and now we've got a line that is tangent on that arc. Okay, let's take a look at the profile line between elements. This tool will allow you to do a vertical offset for the ahead and the back, and trim both if you want to, and then give it a name. On this one we're going to select that red arc to the left. We're going to say no vertical offset, so we're going to accept that since we have it locked in. Then we're going to pick the ahead element, which is the other arc. We can accept no vertical offset there since we have it locked in. And then it's going to draw a line between the two. And you can do again, do you want solution 1 or solution 2? We like solution 2, we'll accept that, and then we'll go ahead and trim both. So notice at the top up there it extended it out to the white line, and it trimmed back the red line. So it just drew a tangent line between those two. The next one, we're going to use these two lines at the bottom. We'll go back up to the top. We're going to go profile line from an element, tangent profile line from element. This would allow you to draw a line. Basically in here you can trim it back or you can give it a length. This time we'll give it a length of 300. You can change the name if you want, but this is going to allow you to draw a line from any location on a particular line, and it'll be tangent to that line as you draw it. You can see the line extend. We'll go from the end of this red line and we're going to move it out, and as you can see it's got a couple of solutions. We've keyed in that 300, so all we have to do is accept it, and we can trim it back or none, and it will basically draw a line that's tangent right on that red line 300 feet. The next option in there is profile line from element. Come down here and give it a vertical offset of 0. A delta slope, we're going to give it 1 this time, and that's going to be a 1% slope off of that tangent line, and we can give it a name here as well. We'll just call this delta 1. Okay, then we're going to come out here and we're just going to basically select that other line that we have out there on the right, and this time it's going to allow us to do a vertical offset. We're going to accept that we have 0, and our start point, we're just going to pick the end of this red line again. Now at this point we have a delta slope of 1%, so that's going to draw us a line 1% off of the tangent of that other red line. Once we left click to accept it, we will go ahead and select it, and we can see that 1%, and we can go in and change that if we want to. We can change the length if we want to. You can see all that information is available for us on that line. Okay, we can go ahead and try to select that 1%. Kind of hard to get to, it's underneath everything, but you can do that. Okay, so you can select it. It's trying to get to that 1% out there. It's really hard. Once there it is, got it that time. And then we can change that percentage to say 5%, and it'll go ahead and be a 5% slope off of that original tangent line.